Man in Berkeley. Life is fast paced. In America, there's lots to see. In the city of Berkeley, California, there was a man. He was walking down the street looking at all the different people. A strange man with a mohawk and a nose ring, a hippie with glasses, and this sexy lady in high heels walking her dog. Suddenly, directly in front of me was this man with a broom and coffee in his hand. And his hair was so cool, it was massive. And I was like, oh, I want my hair to look like his. He's deaf, I'm hearing, but how can I communicate with him? I have an idea. I'll text him a message and show it to him. I'll say, hey, I love your hair. It's cool. How did you get your hair like that? Did you go to the salon or did you do it yourself? What did you do? Okay, so I was ready and I went over to the man, touched him on the shoulder. He turned around and looked at me. I was like, whoa. I told him I couldn't hear him. He looked into my eyes and started mouthing. And I was like, no, I can't hear you. Look at my phone. I have a message for you. The man was pretty stubborn. He kept staring into my eyes and laughing and mouthing. And then he grabbed my arm and we tussled. He was looking in my eyes and I pulled my arm away from him. I was pretty frustrated with this guy. I was like, no, looking not my eyes, look at my phone. But he kept staring at my eyes. No, look at my phone. This man was pretty stubborn. He kept on sweeping, and all of a sudden he hit my leg, and I looked down, and it wasn't a broom. It was a blind man's cane. So I looked over, and that cup of coffee, it was filled with coins. So I was like, that message, he wasn't going to be able to read that message. How do I communicate with him? He's deaf. I'm hearing. I'll use tactile signing. I placed my hand on his hand and he pulled away. And I was like, oh, what do I do now? Never going to communicate with this guy. So I took my last $5 out of my pocket, placed it in his cup, and I was like, bye. The man looked down in the cup, and I just sat by and walked away, feeling pretty lousy. And the man, when I looked back, the man was holding up the money in his hand. He didn't know how much I had given. He didn't know if it was $1, $10. So I put up my hand to let him know it was 5. But of course, he couldn't see it. So I was pretty unsuccessful and walked away.